Wow, JJ, dude, that was a lot of fun, dude. I
Good.
love the opportunity when we get to just tune in like that for the audience. It's always weird though how the pretense of the conversation, the recording the show is one way, and then when I hit stop, all of a sudden we fall back into the guys that are on the phone again that are always talking.
Right. And you know something? When I cut the audio on yours this last time, when we did it, I was kind of sure where we were going to go, but the whole thing ended up being more about destination vacations in like secondary markets, which was just perfect, tied into the food thing. And so I
Yeah,
just cut it in that direction
so cool.
and tried to make us sound good, you know?
Dude, it sounds amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the fun part of what we're doing. And I meant what I said on the recording, that you really did set me forward on the idea of this when we first met. I was like, wow, I can see what he's doing. And it really opened up my mind. Like, there's some steps I need to go through over the next year or so. And I studied a lot of podcasts and listened to them every day
Unbelievable. That's
and
great.
just tried to get a feel for what was throwing me off a little bit, or what wasn't really holding in a way that I felt it could have. And for me, I realized like this podcast, it's background noise. Hopefully it's in somebody's office while they're working during the day and they hear something you say and they look over and go, oh, what did he say? And that's all it's for. When you're trying to,
That's all
yeah,
of it.
you're trying to be front and center with a topic that you think is going to change the world. I don't really think there's anything out there like that.
No.
It's literally just hearing it from the bottom up. Like, these are people out here having the same conversation.
The reason why I do audio isn't so much because that's what I do. I do it because, I mean, this is really pretty much all you see when it comes to podcasts, or maybe 3 or 4 other people, or a round table or something like that. Most people don't look at podcasts. They listen to them maybe when they're out walking or,
Yep.
in the car. I mean, it is not really a visual thing.
Yep.
It is an audio thing.
Yeah.
That's why I chose not to do it with video. I think I might have been, maybe I could have been a little bit more comfortable with video than I thought I could. It's not gonna matter. They're only gonna listen to it.
It's two different conversations, really. I mean, like for you, it's in the idea of entertainment. For me, it's in the idea of marketing.
Right.
So it really, in the world, I believe the podcast is replacing the cold call. I think that humans expect to understand something about somebody else before they get on the phone with them, that if they don't have a LinkedIn page or a social media profile that they can
Right.
go in and go, who is JJ? They're not going to get on a call with this person. They're going to just assume that they don't exist. And so for all of us, just to record even your passions in some setting that can start to be seen by others, that's kind of the step everybody's got to start to make if you really want to be in the mix. Otherwise, you're going to be invisible, and it's going to be very hard for people to understand why you're invisible, because the rest of us understand this is kind of like our high school scrapbook or college scrapbook. And we have to start to invest into it and leave these memories, if not for our families later on, but just for in real time. I mean, Heather's the one that called me out. You mentioned Heather Hansen earlier. We were having this big talk, like you and I've had a couple times. And she said to me, I said, yeah, Heather, I want to do this stuff with my day job and get to a certain place that I can afford the luxury of a hobby. And she said, that's so sad that you wouldn't share that with anybody right now. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, people are interested in what people are doing right now, not what they've done and accomplished. And so the world has changed. We need to just be in real time talking about how we feel about things. And my topics seem to kind of move along in the weeks. They don't stay the same as they were 3-4 weeks ago. And that's also really interesting. And when you're studying yourself, to notice like your views are also changing, and it gives you another way to see that.
Yeah, it's the people you talk to and what you're thinking about how you want things to be, and then somebody gives you another idea.
Yeah. And you grow from it. And we don't need to be scared. This is what my friend that wrote her book, and what are you going to do in 2026? It's not going to wait for you. It's already moved on. So if you have that little gut instinct like you had when you first saw people dancing to your band, and you realize like, I'm now a part of community energy and I'm contributing to it. They say that's the definition of you finding your peace, is that when you realize like you're contributing to the collective energy now, and it has an alignment with your purpose and growth. That's the balance that everybody's really trying to find. And so, I saw it in the beginning as these were like factors in my life that were non-earning factors. They were hobbies. We were taught those are hobbies. Don't focus on those. Focus on the ones that actually earn you money. Well, the funny part is if you flip that equation around and shine a light on your hobbies and your passions, they will generate income. It may take a little while, but by the time you get there, you'll be so comfortable with what you've done, you'll never want to go back.
Right. And you want to do what you like to do. You know, for me, it was great. I just went out and saw a line dance and went out and led the dance. And I guess that's the definition of leadership.
It is, my friend. We're going to leave it there. I hope and pray one day that this is all I get to do because I just love it. It's so fun. It's so
That's
fun.
great. Well, you're
I
doing
just
a
dig
great
it.
job.
Thanks, man. I
You're a
appreciate you.
natural. I mean, you were meant to do this, and maybe you
Thank
didn't
you.
know that.
I didn't. I absolutely didn't. Yeah. Maybe it was started back in Toastmasters 8 years ago or something like that. But
Yeah.
I didn't.
I
It's come
flunked,
along. So
I
yeah.
flunked Toastmasters. I can't even say it, Toastmasters.
You're
I
the
went.
master, bro. How could you flunk Toastmaster?
I was having trouble getting up in front of people and just talking.
Really? So the radio thing was different for you because they didn't see you.
Exactly. That was exactly right.
Well, so there's a big thing there because I was once interviewed in front of a camera and it freaked me out. I started sweating and going nuts. And I didn't know why because I was so used to speaking to audiences in my teams, hundreds of people, and it never
Right.
bothered me. But as soon as they put that camera on me, boy, something disconnected and I couldn't feel who I was talking to. And it made me totally freak out. And so I had to get used to that camera idea and what that means. And if anybody's starting their own thoughts around this, look, you're going to be orange and yellowy in the beginning and it's going to look really terrible. Don't worry about that part. You'll never find them later on. Somebody else will for fun. Keep going, keep refining. You'll realize a lot of it's just technical things that you need to understand about lighting and timing and make it your marketing angle. Don't make it your life. This is make it an organic idea and have fun with it. If something
Exactly.
grows from it, then God bless it. But otherwise, to pull yourself into this world and take a center focus that you're going to create something around this idea, that I think would drive a normal person crazy,
Right.
because it's not a normal world. It's got to be helped by something that's a little bigger than you, and trust that has a plan past you.
Exactly.
And let it be. Enjoy it.
Right. Awesome, Dean. Thanks so much,
Yeah,
man.
brother. It's great talking to you too.
You too.